And we'll get the rest of the starters as they become available. As Cleveland right now with the ball. On their side with the ball is Trevor Dawkins. But it's taken away from Furphy by Tony Carbognani in the Memphis zone. A foul was called. And the Americans will have the ball. In the first quarter, the Americans defending the goal down to our left, going from left to right. They have the ball in midfield. Helmut Dudek. Crossfield pass up to the Cleveland red line. And stands Stamenkovic. Stamenkovic sending it back to the far side to Dudek. One touch back to Allison at the circle. He sidesteps Furphy. Late pass for Stamenkovic. Intercepted, and here comes Cleveland. Midfield with the ball is Luis Alberto. One of the famous names in soccer. Out in front, centering pass knocked away by Helmut Dudek. Furphy battling forward along with Greene on the near side. The ball rolls right to Ray Kunovac. And here come the Americans out the midfield. Tony Carbognani on the trot. Watched there by Alberto. Sends the ball into the box. Top of the box. Stan has the center. Kunovac, his shot broken up. Another shot just hits off the boards wide to the left side. Stan, by the way, lost a shoe on the play and has to go back and pick it up. Out the midfield, on the run. Charlie Greene, his pass intercepted by Steve Allison at his own red line. Helmut Dudek has it back at the Cleveland red line. To Kunovac, back to Carbognani at the center circle. Tony rolling past to the near point of the Cleveland zone and Stamenkovic. Stamenkovic, double team, spins out of it. Stan into the slot, shot saved by Vaccaro, and he does not allow a rebound. Stan turning with a quick shot, but Vaccaro took it chest high for the first shot on goal for the Americans tonight. Michael Kaham into the Memphis zone. Into the far corner he goes, centering pass off the boards. Out in front, a shot and a goal. Kaham centering to Charlie Greene, and Cleveland's on the board. There's a break in the action with the score. Cleveland 1, and the Americans nothing. Textbook center and pass. Yeah.
Cleveland goal by number 21, Charlie Greene, from number 2, Michael Kaham on the assist. 1-0 Cleveland.
Officially, Greene gets the goal from Michael Kaham at 1:45. Here's a shot by the Americans, hitting high and wide to the left side. And the rebound is controlled by Cleveland. Midfield, Charlie Greene in the Memphis zone now. Sends it to the far point. And Louis Nanchoff, his shot broken immediately by Mike Garrett. And it's Stevie Long at midfield. Stevie Long leaving now for Holzenbein. Holzenbein over the Cleveland red line. Into the box, and Steve Long. He lost the handle, but knocks it away from Haaskivi. And is controlled by Rudrof at midfield. Now Mike Garrett. Mike on the center circle, rolling pass, leading for Holzenbein, overleading him, and Louis Nanchoff sends the ball back to his goalkeeper, Vaccaro. Vaccaro rolling it up and out to midfield. Louis Nanchoff along the near boards, leads now for Haaskivi. Haaskivi leading along the near boards, boot into the corner, sends it around the boards, but Haaskivi keeps it in the Memphis zone. Haaskivi on the near point, double team. Rebound pass off the boards, knocked by O'Sullivan off the boards, and Boot takes it just ahead of Vic Davidson, who was running into the box looking for a loose ball. O'Sullivan with a little heel pass leads for Boot. He sends a chip shot out the midfield for Long, who leaves it now for Mike Garrett at his own red line. Garrett on the far boards, leaves now for Rudrof. Rudrof bouncing past to Long. A little too hard off his foot, taken down by Garrett. Now to O'Sullivan. Cleveland putting some good pressure on the Americans, not letting him get past midfield right now. O'Sullivan. His pass goes right to Branko Radovic. Sends it up ahead now to Vic Davidson. Davidson to the right wing. And Nanchoff with Long and Rudrof. His pass deflected away by Bruce to the corner. And Bruce kicks it up ahead to Stevie Long. But it's taken right away by Bernie James. Into the corner, Nanchoff centering pass. And a net taken by Boot. And he throws it out to midfield. Stevie Long on the run, 1-on-3 over the Cleveland red line up the middle. Leads to the near wing. Holzenbein a drive. Broken up partially by Branko Radovic. And the bouncing ball comes bouncing in on Vaccaro. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. 1-0 Cleveland. On a goal at 1:45 by Charlie Greene. Midfield play. Cleveland has the ball with it. Luis Alberto. Alberto through the circle. Long line drive pass for Furphy. A little hard off his foot, but he gets a shot in on net wide right. And the rebound sent by O'Sullivan back to Boot. He throws it out to midfield to Stamenkovic. Stamenkovic Crossing to the far side, back to the Memphis red line, Steve Allison. Now Bruce Rudrof. Back to Stevie. Shouldn't be precise as to which Stevie. We got about a half dozen of them on the team. On the midfield. Ray Kunovac long downfield to the Stamenkovic top of the box. Back to Kuno and the right by him. Keith Furphy with Helmut Dudek's trot for stride as he brings it to the Memphis zone along the near boards. Helmut finally takes it away. And he brings it out to midfield through the circle. Helmut Dudek pass broken up by Charlie Greene. And rebound to the far boards. Kaham battling for Dudek, and Kaham go down. The foul is on Helmut. And it'll be a free kick for Cleveland. At halftime, Baltimore leading Kansas City by the score of 2-1. And the Americans go to Kansas City this weekend for a game Saturday night. Less than 10 minutes to go in the opening quarter, 9:51 as Vaccaro sends the ball out to midfield, but Dudek has it. He brings it to the Cleveland zone. Down the far side, a shot just missing wide on the near side from Helmut Dudek. On the near point, Ray Kunovac. Top of the shot, the Dudek sends it back out to Allison in midfield to reorganize the attack for Memphis.
Very interesting right now, Tom. Just watching Cleveland play, they're giving the Americans a lot of room, especially Stamenkovic, and this kind of wide open game is exactly what the Americans need.
Stamenkovic in the far corner, Cleveland zone, centers for Helmut Dudek. He winds and fires, missing wide. Helmut the rebound, couldn't get a shot away, cleared away by Dawkins. On the far boards, Stamenkovic has it. Sends it out midfield to Allison. Now one touch over to the near side and Kunovac to Carbognani just outside the red line. Tony rolling past Stamenkovic, top of the box. He's got one-on-one. Stan, a shot broken up immediately by Dawkins. They're letting Stan go one-on-one and the defenders. You don't see that happen too often against Stan Stamenkovic. On the run out the midfield, with it is Charlie Greene. He scored the goal that put Cleveland out in front. He lost the ball to the near corner. Boot out of the box, battling with Greene. Now joining is Kunovac. Two Americans around the goal line, and luckily Kuno gets the ball to Tony Carbognani. But they call a foul on the Americans, and they'll put it in play. Cleveland will put it in play on the near boards of the Memphis zone. Our referees tonight, by the way, Armando Richel and my all-time favorite Herb Silva. Off the shot, shot taken by Bernie James is taken by Boot, throws it on the run to Carbognani. Carbognani to the Cleveland zone down the far boards. Tony stops on the left wing. Leaves a pass for Dudek. Dudek on the point, centering to Carbognani. He fires just high and wide on the right side. And the rebound out in the midfield on the run. Charlie Greene over the Memphis red line, 1-on-3. Centering pass off the body of Kunovac goes right back to Charlie Greene. Centers right through the box. Just missing Keith Furphy, who is trying a tip in.
A lot of speed being shown right now by Charlie Greene and Mike Kaham. This is something the Americans are going to have to watch by getting back a little quicker.
Centering pass to Stamenkovic for Kuno. Kuno shot blocked. Stan, a shot in the goal on an open net. Stan Stamenkovic has tied it up as he kept pressuring. Persistence paid off for the magician as he got the ball and scored. There's a break in the action with the score. The Americans won and Cleveland won. At 7:02, Stan Stamenkovic's 37th goal of the year, his 81st point. Ray Kunovac on the assist, and it's 1-1 Memphis. As Stan had set up Ray beautifully with the shot. His shot was blocked, but the ball went right to Stan, and he fired it in to tie it up at 1-1. Cleveland with the ball back in the Memphis set. His shot broken up by Rudrof from Nanchoff. And there's a combination for you, Rudrof and Nanchoff. Ball out to midfield, Stevie Long to Garrett. One touch back to Holzenbein in the center circle. Out to the red line is Steve Long. Passing to the far point by Garrett. Garrett decides to bring it back outside. Leaves it now for Rudrof on the far boards at midfield. Bruce being pressured. Sends the ball up, crossing to the near side of O'Sullivan. That had the ball go off his foot a little too hard and sent it all the way back to Richard Boot to get things reorganized. Boot sending it all the way downfield to Holzenbein. He's pressured there by Bernie James. Leads for long. Heel pass for Holzenbein, and is taken away by Louis Nanchoff. Good combination, good idea, but somebody was there to take it away, though. Centering pass for Cleveland, taken away by Rudrof, picks it out to midfield. Holzenbein to the Cleveland zone, a long drive, off the post and in! Holzenbein scores for Memphis as he finally got one to go in off the post. Bernd Holzenbein scores from 35 feet away on the right wing. There's a break in the action with the score. The Americans 2 and Cleveland 1.
This year. Finally got one to go off the post and in as he sent it from the near wing off the far post and in at 8:34. And the Americans take the lead for the first time tonight at 2-1. Clock running now, 5:57 left to go in the first quarter. Cleveland with the ball in midfield. Luis Alberto leading for Michael Kaham. Kaham lost the ball right to Tony Carbognani. Tony turns, looks for some help, now turns upfield and takes it down to Stamenkovic. Stamenkovic on the near boards at midfield. Lead pass for Kuno. Kuno down the right wing, but it's knocked away by Vaccaro, who came out of the box to break up the play. Kaham in his own zone, rolls it up ahead midfield to Charlie Greene. Greene lost it, but picked it right back up off the boards. Late pass for Furphy. Furphy in the far corner, Memphis zone, hammers it out in front, knocked away beautifully by Dudek. Here's a shot from the far side by Alberto, broken up by the Americans' defense. Stamenkovic, midfield near boards. Late pass to Holzenbein. He is tripped up. They say play on. He was tripped up just outside the penalty area, and says play on. I don't believe it. Well, a shot by Alberto in the Memphis end, broken up by Stamenkovic, and Stan has the ball back from Steve Allison now. Stan through the center circle. Long lead for Allison. Sliding out of there is Vaccaro. He's out of position. Holzenbein open net, a shot and a goal! Vaccaro appears to be hurt, but he couldn't stop the play. He came sliding out, took a shot in the face. The ball was loose. Holzenbein circled around, had an open net goal. The Americans lead by 2. There's a break in the action with the score. The Americans 3 and Cleveland 1. Signify the end of my comments on that one. That is the end of the first half here at the Mid-South Coliseum with the score. Kicked by Haaskivi to the Memphis zone. Nanchoff in the far corner. Looks for help. Sends it back out to the red line and Haaskivi. Haaskivi to the near point at James. James watched by O'Sullivan. Bangs it out in front. Right through the box. Knocked away by Holzenbein. Just missing connections in the box there with Haaskivi. Now on top of the box. Shot just wide to the right side. Davidson. Another shot broken up by Rudrof. Because right now Cleveland's taking target practice on Richard Booth. James into the slot, knocked away by Rudrof. Garrett has it. The Americans had a break, but they didn't take the opportunity. Midfield, Stevie Long's pushed off the play by Davidson. And Cleveland has the ball back. 1 minute gone in the second quarter. Holzenbein, good tackle, takes it right away. He's on the run. Holzenbein 3-on-2 over the red line, feeds along on the near side. Stevie sends it far side to Garrett. Garrett down top of the box, poked away by Nanchoff out to midfield. Holzenbein has it, gets it back up to Garrett just inside the red line. He sends it back out to Holzenbein. Now leads along the boards. Far corner for Stevie Long. Long on Bernie James. James rides him off the play and takes it away. As Siafi rolls it up ahead now. With it is Haaskivi, one of the most dangerous scorers in the league this year. Leads it back for Nanchoff. Up ahead it goes to Davidson. Now back up on the red line. Nanchoff has it. Lead pass intended for James. Knocked away by Garrett. He gets to Stevie Long. 3-on-2 break over the red line. Long centers to Garrett in the slot. Garrett gets by Davidson. Fires. Save. Header by Holzenbein and a goal! By Garrett with the shot. Saved by Siafi. It goes right to Holzenbein
57. Give the hat to Bernd Holzenbein with his third goal of the night. Mike Garrett, the new Lord of all indoors, gets the assist. Mike now on the year with a total of 5 points, and it's now 5-2 Americans in the Memphis zone. Ball comes off the corner boards, headed away by Kunovac, but a foul is called on the far side of the Memphis red line. It's against Cleveland, and the Americans get the ball on a free kick. Beautiful shot by Garrett, set up by Holzenbein. Siafi made the save, just slapped it. It went right to Bernd, and he just headed it home, made it look so simple.
Didn't make it look easy, Tom, but I'll tell you, that's a very hard goal to score. It takes a lot of confidence and a lot of patience just to be able to pop it over a goalie like that. And that's where you can see experience when you're talking about Bernd Holzenbein. The years he spent in the Bundesliga and the World Cup, he handles pressure well.
Ball in Memphis zone, into the near corner. Furphy, a shot, kick, save, boot, and Allison sends the rebound back to him. Good, low, streaming shot by Keith Furphy. The ball's out of midfield. Stamenkovic gives to Carbognani. Carbognani feeds the Stan on the far boards. Stan on the right wing. Stan going into the far side of the box. Stan still in the corner. Double team. Stan holding onto the ball a little too long. Pokes it off the boards out in front, but taken by Siafi. There's one time where Stan may have held on to it just a little too long when he just holds it, draws to the defenders, and the other players run off him. That's when he's apparently most successful.
Well, unfortunately, that time, Tom, none of the defenders or none of our players made any move.
Exactly.
They watched him do the matches again.
Ball thrown out midfield. Stamenkovic has it from boot. Stamenkovic over the red line, leading for Kunovac, tipped away at the last moment by Charlie Greene. And Siafi fires it out to midfield for Furphy. Allison all over him. Furphy still controls, pokes it to the far boards behind Greene, but he picks it up. 11:15 to go, second quarter. Americans leading at 5-2. Michael Kaham putting it around the near corner boards, in on net, but poked away by Allison, but is kept in the zone by Kaham. Kaham trying to bang it off the boards. It comes off to Carbognani. And Tony battling on the near boards, looking for some help. Gets it up ahead to Steve Allison, put it right through 2 Cleveland players. One touch by Dudek out to midfield to Stamenkovic. 3-on-3 break. Over the red line. Stan has it knocked away beautifully, and a nice little tackle by Luis Alberto. Alberto comes back the other way, brings it to the Memphis zone, lead past Furphy, shot, saved by Boot on the wicked shot from about 15 feet away. Richard made a beautiful stop. 10:33 to go, second quarter. Carbognani on the run out to midfield, stops and leaves it back to O'Sullivan. He knocks it up ahead for Tony, overleading him, and Cleveland has it at midfield. Kaham on the near board. Gives up ahead now to Haaskivi. I love that name. Haaskivi on the near boards. Goes over the top of one of the Americans, Helmut Dudek, and they call the foul. Helmut? Yeah, they did.
Helmut just stood in the way. Did a little roadblock on Haaskivi, and he's got to call obstruction on that.
Haaskivi bangs it off the corner boards, in on net. Boot makes the grab, smothers the rebound, and fires out to midfield. For Long. Long has to leap in the air for the header. It pops off his head into the Americans' bench across the way, and Cleveland gets the ball back with 10:07 left to go in the second quarter here at the Mid-South Coliseum. Tom Stocker along with Chris Bartels here on your radio home of the Memphis Americans, WREC in Memphis. Listen to the Americans home and away right here at AM 60. James with the ball in his own zone for Cleveland, leaves it back for Siafi. Throws it back up to James on the bounce. On the midfield, James is on the run. Feeds up ahead. One touch from Haaskivi, intercepted beautifully by Holzenbein. Sends it back to Boot, throws it downfield for Long. Stevie just inside the red line. It'll shove from behind, but nothing's called. Here's Holzenbein. Holzenbein near corner, shanked one all the way to the far side. Holzenbein in a semi-breakaway as he got by James. But here's Long trying to get it to Garrett, lost the handle. And Cleveland is back on the attack. In the Memphis zone, down the far side. Shot by Nanchoff in the slot, broken up by the Americans' defense, top of the box. Kept in the zone, though, by Radovich. On the near boards, Davidson has it pop off his leg. Holzenbein has it. But a foul was called. No foul was called. Americans keep the ball. Thought I saw Richard put his hand in the air signifying a foul. Kicked along the near boards, midfield. With it is Mike Garrett in the center circle. 9:07 to go. Second quarter action here at the Coliseum. Memphis with a 3-goal lead. 5-2. Garrett reaches to the Cleveland zone. Dishes off to the near boards and Rudrof. Back to Garrett in the slot. Garrett has it poked away from his legs, but right to Rudrof. He leaves it back for O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan a chip shot to the near corner, looking for Long. Stevie with a little header, keeps it for himself. On his back is Haaskivi. Haaskivi with a couple of wild kicks from behind. Is called for the foul. Long to put it in play. From the near corner, top of the box, O'Sullivan has it tackled away at the last moment, but Holzenbein has it at midfield. Matt almost had a beautiful attempt on that. O'Sullivan takes it off the boards, brings it down to the Cleveland zone on the far side. Matt off the boards, out in front, couldn't connect with Stevie Long, who was all by himself. Ball at midfield, controlled by Bernd Holzenbein at the center circle. Up ahead it goes to Garrett. Garrett in the slot, feeds along, back to Garrett, 1-2. Garrett in the box, still dribbling, still controlling on the right wing. Mike Garrett with some great ball handling. Crosses it there, side to Bruce Rudrof. Back it goes to Holzenbein. Holzenbein on to their point. Right by Stevie Long it goes, and James will control for Cleveland. Up ahead now to Louis Nanchoff. We're under 8 minutes now for the second quarter. Ironically, we had a heck of a lot of scoring. 6 goals in the first quarter, only 1 so far. As beautiful job defending. Holzenbein rides Greene off the ball. Now to Stamenkovic. For the heel shot, he lost the handle. As finally 3 defenders stripped into the wall. Took that many, though. On the run, Louis Nanchoff. Centering into the Memphis zone, into the slot and Greene. Back to Nanchoff, overleading him. He hammers one off the boards. Header in on net by Furphy is high and wide right. Kicked away by Dudek. Stevie Long trying to control it, but Greene steals it. Greene, top of the box, leading far side. A 3-on-1, a shot by Furphy and a goal. Beautiful assist by Louis Nanchoff. Nanchoff from the far side of the box saw Furphy coming in, set him up beautifully as the Americans' defense was outmanned. There's a break in the action with the score. Americans 5 and Cleveland 3.
That's a good indicator.
Well, Keith Furphy getting his 26th goal of the year, his 42nd point of the season. Louis Nanchoff on the assist at 7:44, and it's a 5-3 soccer game. In the slot in the Memphis zone, Cleveland has the ball. Trevor Dawkins leaving for Alberto. Now top of the slot to Furphy. Leaves now Dawkins, hammers it off the boards out in front. Alberto couldn't get a shot away. He was tied up there beautifully. But Dawkins has the ball on the near point. Gives on the boards to Alberto. Alberto hammering it out in front as Furphy came streaking in down the left side. Cleveland does not like to stack it up in the middle down in front of the net. They like to spread out and streak in off the rebound passes.
It's very interesting, John, to watch the way they use the boards. 2 of their goals have come off rebounds off the boards. Nicely played, well angled. And looking at 2 of their free kicks by Haaskivi and Alberto, they don't even go for the goal, they go for the boards automatically.
Helmut Dudek brings to the Cleveland zone up the middle, and now they call a foul away from the action on Stan Stamenkovic as they got him for pushing on Michael Kaham. Stan just turns to Herb Silver and says something my Yugoslavian is correct. You've got to be kidding. 5:58 to go in the second quarter. Americans' lead has been cut to 2, 5-3. Alberto with the center circle leaves it off to Michael Kaham, crossing to the far side of Dawkins. Into the Memphis zone he goes. Leaves to the slot in Greene. Greene poking it right to Allison, but it's taken right back by Dawkins, top of the slot. Dawkins giving it off to Alberto. One touch from Greene back to Alberto. Shot broken up partially by Stevie Allison, and he clears it up ahead to Carbognani. Carbognani on the run, along the far boards, over the red line. Down the far side, hammers it off the boards. Trying to pass it to himself, just missed connections. Now here's Kunovac, just Stamenkovic in the near corner. Leads for Carbognani. Dudek firing one just wide to the right side. Kunovac into the slot for Stamenkovic. Stamenkovic in the box. Stamenkovic has Giaffi down, a heel shot, and a save by Giaffi. He had Giaffi down and out of position, but luckily Giaffi got a left hand on a little heel shot. Shades of John Huska last year, huh? 4:59 to go in the second quarter. Into the Memphis zone. Furphy shot corked by Steve Allison. He sends it downfield for Stamenkovic. Stan goes down. Nothing is called on the near boards. He has it. Hammers it out in front on the rebound pass for Allison, but Giaffi makes the grab.
Last 2 plays, Stamenkovic has taken a bit of body from the defenders. That goal where he got a attempt where he tried it with his heel. Just before he received the ball, he got a nice 2-handed shove right in the back. It doesn't seem like Herb Silver is doing much to protect him, but he's scoring the league tonight.
Well, you know Herb, he never wants to be controversial. 4:25 to go in the second quarter. Louis Nanchoff circling, getting by Helmut Dudek at midfield along with their boards, brings it over the red line, centering top of the box, and volley shot by Davidson is wide, and the rebound shot by Davidson off the board is saved by Boot, who was already down, but got the left hand on it. Carbognani, late pass for Kunovac, tapped away before it got to him, but it's controlled by Long in the far corner. His shot broken up by Davidson as Cleveland clears the zone. Davidson out to midfield, brings it over the red line, down the far side. Davidson angles to the slot, feeds it off near side to Nanchoff. Nanchoff top of the box, shot saved by Booth, and he finally gets the covers up on the rebound. Wicked shot by Louis Nanchoff.
Louis Nanchoff had the very lethal left foot. Back in the 70s, his brother George and himself are the only two first-team All-Americans in intercollegiate history. And he's got both of those players beautiful left feet.
Cleveland has the ball back. Correction, Louis Nanchoff from Haaskivi back to Nanchoff. To Haaskivi in the near corner. Shot wide. Goes through the box. Careening around the corner on the far side. Is controlled by Cleveland. Out to midfielder goes Radovich. Sends it on a one-touch back to Giaffi. Giaffi with Long on him. Gets the ball by Stevie, but it rolls all the way down to the Memphis end. But Rudrof has it for the Americans. 3:03 to go, second quarter. 5-3 Memphis leads. It's a tight one. By Garrett, midfield. Foul was called against Cleveland on a pushing call. Memphis will get the ball on a free kick on the far boards. Exactly 3 minutes left. Here's a little drop pass for Rudrof. He had to scramble to get it. Knocks it down in the Cleveland zone, but the force has it back. Bernie James, high crossing ball into the Memphis zone. Alberto gets a toe poke on it, but Booth grabs it off the boards in the box and throws it up ahead to Holzenbein. Along the near boards for Stevie Long. Long to the near corner, battling with Radovich. Stevie has it on the boards. Leaves for Garrett, now to Holzenbein, just outside the red line. Now along the boards to Stevie Long. Back out to Holzenbein. Holzenbein now dropping it a little farther behind on the Rudrof. He puts a high cross to the far corner, and it is up over the glass into the crowd, and Cleveland gets the ball back on a kick in far corner of the force zone. The force is with us tonight. That's one of the greatest all-time names of modern sports history, though. The team came into being right around the time of the Star Wars movie, and there's just an ideal name. One of my all-time favorites. 2:20 left to go, first half. Cleveland brings it down to the Memphis zone. Battling on the near boards, Furphy and Rudrof. Furphy goes down, and the foul is on Rudrof. Furphy puts it in play into the slot to Greene. Near point to Alberto, hammers it out in front. Shot by Greene, saved by Rudrof, and it goes in the far corner. Earl Sullivan gives it up ahead down to Rudrof. Rudrof over the red line. Has it hammered right back to it by Furphy, who tried to block the shot. Rudrof giving it out of Mike Garrett at the center circle. On him is Alberto. Stamenkovic leaves it back to the Memphis red line on Sullivan. He fires it downfield, intercepted by Greene, and sent back in on Louis Giaffi. 1:43 left for the second quarter. 5-3 to score. Midfield play for Cleveland near boards. Bernie James. James giving up ahead to Alberto. Back to James along the near boards into the Memphis zone. Hammers it and on net. The shoe went farther than the shot did. Shoe went up over the glass into the crowd. Does that mean Richard has a goal shoe? Into the slot it goes. Top of the slot. Alberto on their side of drive. Just missing wide left. Furphy has the rebound. Gets the shot away and Booth makes a miraculous save on Furphy, who doesn't believe it. I was sure that Furphy had the angle on Richard and was going to fire it past him, but Richard smothered the shot in a simply spectacular save. Back in the Memphis zone, though. In the near corner, Charlie Greene hammers it in front. Rebound by Furphy, high off the glass. Another rebound by Furphy goes wide. Furphy, another shot off the post and in. He just turned and sent a desperation shot towards the net, and it deflected off the near post and in. There's a break in the action with the score. The Americans 5 and Cleveland 4. What a look.
Huh? 4:06 in the second quarter. Credit the goal. Here's Furphy. It's Charlie Greene. It's 5-4. Memphis still on top.
In the Cleveland zone, Stamenkovic on the near side, a shot and a goal! It was vintage Stan Stamenkovic. He got the ball top of the box, circled to the left side, down the near side of the box, let loose with the left footer and caught Chiappi by surprise as the Americans get their 2-goal lead back on a goal by the Magician. Time of the goal is 14:22, just 16 seconds after Furphy had cut the lead down to 5-4.
That was a vintage Stamenkovic goal. As you said, he moved to his left, and when Stan is firing with his left foot, he has very little kickback. His foot barely gets off the ground, so that the goalie has no way of anticipating when the shot's going to come. And he's uncanny at being able to play it to the far post, and he just got Chiappi standing flat foot guarding the near post.
Well, we've got 10 goals already in this game. We've got now 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Cleveland has the ball. Back in his own end, the ball goes to Chiappi. He kicks it down into the Memphis zone, in air, over all 3 lines. And the ball will come back to the Cleveland red line, where it'll be Memphis ball on the 3-line violation. Furphy had scored at 14:06 from Greene. Just a desperation shot that caught the post and went in. But then Stan Stamenkovic, vintage Stamenkovic, at 14:22 gave the Americans back the 2-goal lead. Stan a header on net, deflected away. It's kicked out to midfield. Steve Allison tracking it down in his own zone. Fires it downfield for Kunovac. Little over-the-head shots at the Cleveland zone, but the force has it back. 7 seconds left. Long downfield lead. Into the far corner, the ball in on Boot. It rolls through the open goal mouth. 2 seconds left. It rolled through the goal mouth and hit off the near post. But I think there was a foul call beforehand. He would not have counted.
They're calling dangerous play on Nanchoff. They felt Booth there had possession of the ball when he came in and tried to drive it out.
So the Americans will have a free kick. Just 2 seconds left to go in the first half. Americans leading at 6-4. Booth picks it up, waits for the horn to sound. It does, and we have reached halftime. That is the end of the first half. With the score, good news, folks. The Americans 6 and Cleveland 4.
Soccer, so he's a rookie.
Exactly. Now we're getting ready for the third quarter action. In the third quarter, Richard Boot in the goal down the wire left, with the Americans going from left to right. Out in front of him on the defensive line, Helmut, Dudek, Ray Kunovac, and Steve Allison. Up front, Stan Stamenkovic, Tony Carbognani. With now Chiappi in the goal down the wire. Right for Cleveland. Out in front, Vic Davidson, Branko Radovic, number 20, Bernie James, and number 13, Louis Nanchoff. So there we have the lineup back for Cleveland as they have the ball. Nanchoff into the Memphis zone. Now on the near side, Nanchoff a shot, and Booth just got a piece of it with the foot as Nanchoff was going for the wide side.
Louis Nanchoff really showing why he's a dangerous player. Very quick off the ball, and he just left Matt O'Sullivan behind in the dirt. And a top-notch save by Richard Booth there.
Shot from the slot from number 12, Haaskivi, is broken up before it got to the goalkeeper. Ball loose far side, as right now Cleveland has taken the attack to the Americans. As a foul has been called against the Americans, Cleveland will have a ball on the free kick in the Memphis zone. 14:22 to go, third quarter. Drive off the boards out in front, cleared away by Kunovac from the oncoming Bernie James, as Haaskivi hammered that ball off the boards to the right of the Memphis net. It'll be a kick in now for Cleveland. Haaskivi from the far boards. Just rolls it to the box. It's tapped back to Haaskivi. His shot broken up by Kunovac. Bouncing ball to Stamenkovic, leading for Ray, but way overleading him. Instead, the ball went right to Branko Radovic. Cleveland back with the ball. Bernie James, long drive. Nanchoff near side of the box. Shot way up into the crowd, about 4 rows up in the balcony. And the Americans will have the ball on a goal kick from Richard Booth.
I was going to say, remember last period I said Louis Nanchoff has a lethal left foot. That showed why he has a lethal left foot. He has no right foot.
Yeah, that was a right footer, too. Way up into the crowd as now a minute has gone in the third quarter. Booth fires the ball at midfield. One touch from Stamenkovic right to Louis Nanchoff. Nanchoff working on Kunovac, gets by him, puts it off the near boards, hammers it out in front, top of the box, and a shot over the crossbar. Booth was out of position. The rebound pass went on the top of the box, and Haaskivi just fired the ball up into the crowd. He had, for all practical purposes, a wide open Americans net. But again, we haven't seen any action, or very little action, down on the right-hand side of the field there, Chris.
Well, again, Cleveland came out very quick, making use of the space that the Americans are giving them, and again, making use of the speed of players like Charlie Greene and Louis Nanchoff. And this is starting to hem the Americans in. They put a little more pressure on Stan, and they're holding him in the middle zone, not giving him the freedom to run.
It'll be a goal kick for Richard Boot as he hammers the ball out to midfield. Right, though, to the midfield circle, and Joseph Illich taken away by Long, but knocked away from him right to Illich. Illich has it back from Alberto. Feeds to the near boards and Furphy. Furphy on the near board, centers top of the box, but it goes right to Rudrof. He kicks it out to midfield to Stevie Long. Long leaving it out for Holzenbein, who's had a hat trick tonight. Americans lead at 6-4. Long pass for Stevie Long along the near boards. The Roadrunner has it, lays for Holzenbein. Holzenbein into the near corner, centers it out in front. Stevie Long, a shot and a goal! Like a pinball! What a centering pass from Holzenbein to Steve Long. Stevie just stood there. The ball ricocheted off his legs into the net. The Americans have a 3-goal lead. There's a break in the action with the score, and the Americans 7 and Cleveland 4. Example why they call this sport human pinball. Holzenbein fired it from the near corner. It ricocheted in off of Stevie Long, who was just standing off the near post. Stevie Long gets his 9th goal of the year, his 18th point. Holzenbein on the assist now with 3 goals and an assist tonight. Americans by 3, 7-4. O'Sullivan heading the ball along the near boards. This is the Cleveland zone, but way overleading Steve Long. Into the near corner, it's controlled by Trevor Dawkins. Dawkins along the near board, trying to get it free, trying to get out of the zone, turns, and instead retreats toward his own net. Now sends it cross field up ahead to Alberto. Alberto out to midfield, up to the far boards. Now goes to Furphy at the circle. Keith Furphy trying to bang it on the boards for himself. Intercepted by Rudrof, up to Long, now to Garrett. Leaving it now for O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan along the near boards. Trying to switch it off with Stevie Long, but neither one took the ball. It's sent back to the Memphis zone. Furphy on the near boards. Furphy top of the box, shot high and wide to the far side. Trying to track it down as Illich. Illich has it on the point for Alberto into the box. To Furphy, knocked away by Holzenbein. Beautifully saving an almost certain shot on goal. At the far red line, Memphis zone. Greene sends it around the far turn. Boot comes, sends it back along the boards the other way. Long kicks it by Greene. Here's Holzenbein 1-on-2. Holzenbein on the far side. Holzenbein trying to put it off the boards. Open net, out in front. Trying to clear it away as Alberto. Trying to touch it outside the penalty area was Giampi. Garrett sends it to the far side. The ball was outside the penalty area on the near side when Giampi slapped at it when he was down. The Americans had an open net, but really couldn't get a good shot away.
Nice bit of work again by Bernd Holzenbein. I think he's lost about 5 years on his leg today. He's down to about 31 years old. He's moving like a youngster tonight.
He is playing fantastic soccer tonight. 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Americans by 3 at 7-4. Balls it down to the Cleveland end. Way overleading Stamenkovic, and here comes the force the other way. Luis Alberto over the center line, sending it cross field, far side to Bernie James. James can't get by Carbognani. Circles, retreat, sends the ball all the way back to Giampi. He just simply kicks it up ahead to the near boards and Radovic. Radovic, high kick near corner for Haaskivi. Haaskivi on him is Kunovac and O'Sullivan. Little elbow into O'Sullivan. And the foul is on the Americans. Cleveland puts the ball in play. Nanchoff in the slot. Sidestep Carbognani. Shot at a goal. There's the left foot of Louis Nanchoff. Took it just outside the near point of the penalty area. It caught the far side of the net past Richard Boot. Cleveland's back on the board here in the second half. There's a break in the action. The score, the Americans 7 and Cleveland 5.
At 14:35 in the third quarter, credit the goal, number 13, Louis Nanchoff, the assist, Vic Davidson, 7-5 Memphis.
Cleveland has the ball back at the Memphis end on the near boards. Battling board is Bernie James. On his back is Kunovac and Allison. James gets it along.